Hi there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Today we're taking a look into will they reach out to you? Whoever popped into your mind right whenever you saw this or this appeared for you. So we have 3 piles, and then we're going to get some messages using the Hermit Tarot channeled messages and just some more oracle cards, advice from spirit in regards to your situation. So pile 1 using the mystical Magna tarot. Pile 2 using the final rose tarot. And pile 3 the tarot roots of Asia peace and love edition. So if you need a moment, you can pause the video, but don't overthink it. Just go with the very first thing that catches your eye, first thing you're drawn to. And the timestamps will always be linked in the description box. So let's get right into it. Pile 1. We're looking into will they reach out? So we'll get some context here to see what's going on, and we'll actually ask yes or no to get us like a confirmed answer from spirit. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. So you've been very patient and you could have been waiting a long time for whatever communication you were hoping for. Something happened in the past and it's hard for you to let go of. So you could have regrets in regards to the situation, or the other person could. And it's like you pick up on that energy, but you've had to kind of wait a long time for them to come forward to offer some sort of apology or to confirm that they have grown in the ways that you can kind of feel that they have. It's like taking them a long time to come around and like reveal that or reveal themselves to you. So yeah, you could be feeling that they're very stuck in some sort of heavy either grief or regret in regards to how they caused things to turn out in the past, and that's stopping them from being able to turn around and reach out to see if there's still some sort of potential to reconnect in some way, or for them to be able to show you how much they've grown or worked on themselves. So it's like you could be sensing them intuitively. So it's like you've been waiting a long time to see if they're going to come around, or to see if the situation will grow or change in a positive way after something kind of hurtful or painful happened in the past. You've just been kind of working on yourself, focusing on your money, your security, being able to take care of yourself. But you are hopeful that you could have some sort of new start or new chance. So this could have been like a love connection, and you're really hopeful that they'll come back around. So you're either willing to be really patient, or this person is kind of like taking a long time. And so you could just be really hopeful that there's something about the connection that's like different. To where you feel like it's like worth waiting for. You connect with them in a different way than you do with others, but then sometimes they could be like kind of immature or just communicate in a really immature way. So you kind of go back and forth on like whether or not this person should even have access to you. You see kind of like a lot of sides to them. So that's why you stay in your energy and just kind of like wait for them to be the ones to initiate or reach out to offer like a new start, an emotional new beginning. You just stay in this like working on yourself, focusing on yourself, making sure that you're good no matter what. But then at the same time, it's like you are waiting around or being really patient for a potential for something to come back around, someone to come forward and show you that they've grown, that they've worked on themselves, that they're able to offer you more at this time, that they feel bad about how things went or how they treated you in the past. So in the past, they either kept their options open or they acted like they had many options. They treated you like one of their options. Um, Whatever it is like there is a huge sense of regret here, and you could feel that. You could feel like, okay, no, there was something deeper. We did connect in a different way than each of us have with others. And so it's confusing why then sometimes they actually immature and treat you like you're one of their options, just do really hurtful things here to make you feel like you're a choice or they have other choices, other options. We have the Queen of Wands and the Justice. So, because you had really healthy boundaries in regards to the situation and you were able to kind of put your guard up and say, okay, um, you maybe didn't even have the full information, like you didn't even know everything that was going on or everything that they were doing behind the scenes, but your intuition could have just said, okay, it seems like this person has more growing to do, or um, something just didn't seem quite right in their energy and the way they came at you sometimes. So it's like no matter how much you cared about this person, or your intuition did tell you at times that you guys had this deeper, different type of connection, at the same time, it's like you were forced into a position where you had to kind of stand your ground or stand on your boundaries, um, in order to retain like respect for yourself in the situation. Um, so because you chose to move like that and not allow this person to treat you like an option, it's like opening up a, a potential to then come back around and have justice in the situation. So it's like you were really patient and just waited for this person to get to a place where they could see, what they had done or how their actions had affected you. So it's like you could, it's at a certain point you started to feel like they were understanding your side or where you were coming from, but it's like you've been waiting for a long time then for them to then come around and validate like what your intuition has been telling you. So you've just been really self-focused, just trying to build and grow yourself. But it's like because the way you moved or the way that you responded or handled the situation when they tried to treat you in this way, it's created like space for a healthy level of respect. So that could be why they're taking so long in their approach and how they come towards you, because they're like just learning how to approach people in a different way. So they don't exactly know how to come towards you now in a way that would reflect the way that they see you and the like way that they feel about you, because they don't want to move the same way that they did in the past, realizing that was less than you deserved in some way. So they have grown, and there is like accountability coming through, but it's like they just don't know how to then turn things around and come forward and offer you something new. So they could struggle with being vulnerable, coming forward and opening up. Um, yeah, it's like your reaction to the situation and having strong boundaries. It's like you set justice for yourself, or you made sure there was justice in the situation by the way that you moved to protect yourself. And then you've had to kind of like be really patient or wait a long time for things to come back around and them to come back around to validate the way that you felt, the way that you responded, offer you some sort of an apology, again, take accountability. Yeah, with the justice, it's like they see you as this very strong, fierce person, and moving forward, there's going to be a lot more balance, a lot more fairness in the connection and the way that communication is happening. It's like they understand how unfair they were. So we'll get some zodiac signs real quick. So we have Cancer coming through, the Chariot. The Two of Water, Venus in Cancer, and the Six of Water, Sun in Scorpio. So water signs, Cancer and Scorpio especially coming through really heavy in this reading. And also, it's like they don't know how to come forward and be vulnerable, right? So that's definitely this Cancer energy. It's like this is their desire to reach out here and connect with you emotionally, or to be honest with you. They feel very nostalgic, or they're very drawn towards their memories of you. But again, it's like they don't know how to do this because they've kind of buried this side or this part of themselves in order to keep it safe or to protect it in some way. So it kind of goes against their nature to then go out and expose themselves or to be vulnerable in that way. It's like they don't know how to do that, or they're not understanding that it's like all they have to do is just put themselves out there and voice exactly what they feel, or exactly what's on their heart, on their mind, exactly whatever they're like thinking about, feeling nostalgic over. They just have to come out and say it, but they don't do things like that because they move and operate in a way that protects themselves. So you can be correct about everything that you're picking up and everything that you're feeling intuitively in regards to the situation. But okay, so we're gonna get a yes or no for will they reach out to you. We have wait the bottom. So if you've been thinking about reaching out to them, be a wait, or you may have to be more patient or kind of wait a little bit longer for them to figure out how to break out of their shell, to come forward and be vulnerable with the way that they feel. They just really don't know how at this time. But there's a strong desire to live romance. So yeah, I feel like this pile is definitely a romantic connection. Meditation brings answers and reconsider. So at this time, it's like they're still really working on themselves. Intuitively, it's like you could kind of have a feeling that they're not going to come towards you at this time too, or it just could be like a timing thing. Like there could just be a little bit more timing that needs to a little bit more time that needs to go by in order for things to grow in the situation more, to get into a place where they're ready to turn things around and step out of this like regret, blaming themselves. It's like they could be in just a lower vibration right now as they're going through this process. So we'll get some messages to see what do they want to say to you, or what would they say to you if they were, or maybe what will they say if eventually they kind of come out of this regret. They also could feel like because they see you in such a different light and they have such a healthy respect for you now, they feel as though they don't deserve you, or like their justice, or yeah, justice in the situation is like you kind of winning or like getting, they could have you like up in a pedestal to where they feel like you're kind of thriving and shining, and then they don't get to have access to you anymore, and that's like their karma for how they treated you. They see you in this really positive light, like you're shining and thriving. So that's another things, like yeah, they could see themselves, they're in like a lower vibration where they see themselves in this really negative light, and they feel like they kind of deserve to be like outcast or banished from your life, and you deserve to like move on and thrive. So they have a lot more growing to do before they're able to just come forward and be vulnerable and try and take accountability for things and heal things. It's like they kind of punish themselves. um yeah, they're just in a really lower level vibration at this time. So yeah, spirit could be protecting you from this person's energy right now too. We have, I have so much desire for you. There is someone else. They could be just like, yeah, spending their time with someone else in order to like preoccupy their mind or distract themselves. What do you want? I want to start a family with you. And wrongful advice. So yeah, they could have kind of moved on with someone else because another person was giving them that advice, that like they needed to just kind of let go of the past or forgive themselves from the past and just move forward, or not try to go back to anything from the past. And so they're just trying to like let it go and move forward and forgive themselves, but that's almost like making it worse or something. So if someone has been giving them bad advice, it's like they may need to go in the wrong direction for a little while in order to see certain things for themselves, in order to help give them the perspective that they need to be able to detach and kind of stand on their own, make healthier choices for themselves, not be influenced by others. Um, yeah, so it's like in the future you would have a better chance at coming together in a healthy way once this person is no longer kind of being led by some sort of energy or advice that is not helping them to grow. Nourish the soil. Priorities. Nourish all areas that hold value to prevent them from perishing from lack of attention. At times you can get hyper focused on one thing, then the rest of your life feels neglected. Magic wand. Manifest. You have the power to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Bring into focus what you want, then the universe reflects the same vibration. Now let the divine timing do the rest. Call on your inner Merlin to access what is available now from other dimensions and timelines. Spirit guidance, co creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist you to help you to evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. Patience needed, timing. Be mindful not to rush or push your agenda at this time. Trust in divine timing and less in instant gratification. Having patience allows everything to unfold as it should. The seeds have been planted, now let them grow. So, yeah, I was getting all tripped up with my words, saying it was like a timing thing. So, that's very validating. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so that is all I have for pile one, looking into will they reach out. So I hope you got some good messages out of that. If you would like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. But I hope you have a great day. Pile two, we're taking a look into will they reach out. Too many spirit. So, with this pile, so the person on your mind as you saw this reading could be someone that you have a crush on. It's like you can kind of intuitively sense or feel like they're into you or they're attracted to you, they're noticing you when you go out. You may not have communicated with them yet, but you feel like you're on their radar or you're one of their options. And they would like to, you can just feel them or sense that they're thinking about approaching you and asking you out. It's one of those things like being a girl, I want to say like girls always know, but I feel like anyone, really, that anyone, Um, but I can always sense like when I'm going out somewhere and someone's noticing me a lot, it's like before someone approaches me or asks me out or asks me on a date or something like that, I can always like feel their energy towards me. So you could be kind of going through that. Like you could know just exactly what I'm talking about as I'm describing that. So that's kind of the energy that's going on in this pile. Like you just have that twinkling sense of like someone noticing you and thinking about you, thinking about spending time with you. You could be randomly throughout the day just like envisioning you hanging out with this person, going on like random dates or doing random things together. And you're like, why are they on my mind so much? And then it's like, you're like, well, maybe I'm on their mind, right? And then you get on your social media and they're like the first name underneath all your stories or something, and you're like, wow, I think they're on my page a lot, or there's something, right? Something like that. You just feel as though everywhere you go there's like this certain person that you always run into or is like specifically noticing you. um, it's like it gives you this giddy feeling to where it's like either you want to reach out and meet them, or you feel as though they're going to come towards you and approach you soon or at some point. And they seem like a more serious person. Like it gives you this kind of feeling like it would maybe be something more serious. You could just see yourself envisioning like your life together in a more serious and practical way. And then you're like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? I don't even know this person. But there's just this strong draw, this strong desire to connect. You could be really attracted to them as well. But this person could have a bad reputation or a reputation of kind of playing others or being interested in a lot of people at once. Yeah, capturing like a lot of people's attention, being more of like a party person. Um, or yeah, just again, the energy of just having a lot of people interested in them at once, juggling a lot of people, liking a lot of attention, center of attention, something where they kind of come across as a red flag. It could be the crowd that they're in or that they hang out with seems kind of shady or sketchy or is not necessarily your style or what you would typically go for. There could be some sort of a red flag. That it's to where you're like, oh, I don't know if I should be attracted to this person or not. You don't know if there's more to them, if there's like more depth to them, or if it's just going to be like surface level, but you are already kind of like this giddy, young love, fantasizing about them and the future you could have together already. So you could be then like stopping yourself and being like, oh my gosh, where is this coming from? But there's something to where it's like whenever you're going out in public, you're noticing them noticing you, or you feel like there's some sort of spotlight, or there's like this specific attention on you that you don't normally sense that's like directly connected and related to this person. So even like people around them or their friends could be like looking towards you and noticing you. So then you're like, wow, like I think they're like talking about me to their friends when they're in private, but then you feel crazy for thinking that. But there's something to where it's like you're getting more attention when you go certain places. And so you're like, I definitely feel like I'm on this person's radar, or like I'm one of their options. They're considering, they're keeping an eye on me. They have other people keeping an eye on you. It's like you could just sense like something's maybe about to shift. So it's like that's why you're wondering, like, am I crazy or is this person really going to reach out? That's kind of what I'm getting for pile two. Is definitely more romantic. So you kind of feel like, okay, so I just heard like you're getting more attention than usual, and that's kind of validating to you. This person must be like talking about me to others or something. There's something to where it's like you maybe it's in the same spaces or the same social groups, and then all of a sudden you're being noticed differently. Or you feel like you're all of a sudden on this person's radar to where it's like to you you're like, oh my gosh, this is kind of coming out of nowhere, or like you feel like either this person or people just didn't really notice you before, to where now you have a lot more attention, just a lot more eyes on you. um there could have been something about this where it's like you just didn't notice each other before, and then now like you're being drawn towards each other, or now that this other person noticed you, it's like they can't, there's this energy of like, where have you been, who is this person, how have I like not known you my whole life, um or being like, yeah, how did we not ever connect, or how are we always connected yet didn't notice each other in that way. Yeah, like they didn't notice you before, but now that they have, it's like they can't get you out of their head, or like they're starting, yeah, they're starting to focus a lot on you, and you're like kind of sensing this and picking this up, or to you it's like this is coming out of nowhere, you're like, oh my gosh. Butterflies, that makes sense, because I was picking up on that like young giddy like schoolgirl type of feeling of just like being really excited and like journaling in your notebook and like fantasizing and planning out your future and like envisioning how your name would sound with their last name, and like all the weird crazy things that you do like when you're young, and then even it happens as an adult, sometimes you meet people and they trigger those young love type of feelings, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, this is weird. I don't even know this person, and I like get butterflies when I see them or when I think of them, or yeah, having a crush, something fun like that. It's like could have been your crush, and then now they've noticed you, and you're like, am I dreaming or is this real? Like, do I make them feel the same way of like this kind of giddy butterflies feeling? It also could be someone that you're friends with, or someone like in your friend group, and so you've been around each other and known each other for a long time, and then now they've noticed you in a different way. And you like kind of picked up on this, you're like, wow, like they're kind of different with me now than they used to be. um, you're just like suddenly really attracted to them and drawn towards them, or thinking about them in ways that you haven't ever before, or just noticing them noticing you in really different ways. So yeah, going back to like in the same social spaces or the same spaces that you normally go, you're all of a sudden getting a lot more attention. Someone in particular that you've been somewhat connected with but never super close with is like all of a sudden noticing you differently and interested in you in a different way. But it's like now that they've noticed you or recognized your energy, seen you in a different light, then they like can't forget about you, can't let you go. Like definitely like heavy crush. Yeah, someone that you've been around your whole life or for a long time, and then all of a sudden now like you're like, I think so and so like has a crush on me, and then you could also be looking at them in kind of a different light as well, because it's very like flattering, the way that they are like acting, or the way that they're drawn towards you, or the like kind of attraction, this like young love type of butterflies thing. It's like kind of fun. It reminds me, or reminds you of being young, or like how connections were when you were young, or you could have been friends since you were young, and then now that you're connecting, it's like this very innocent, youthful thing because you've known each other for so long, or you know each other on a different level. So yeah, it could be like two different groups where it's like some people it's like a friend you've known forever, that you've been around forever. Some people it's like an acquaintance that you didn't really know that well, you've been low key connected with. And then some people it's like someone that was in a mutual friend group, or like kind of around you, but you never actually met or knew each other. Yet you had like mutual friends, or were always around the same friends or the same people. So it's like, how did we never like meet or connect before? We have the here to make friends, three of flutes in the reverse. So they are not looking, it's like they're no longer interested in being just friends, or they're going to approach you in a way that really clarifies and confirms they don't want to be just friends. They would like to be more than friends. They're not playing games. They're not going to try and use other people to make you jealous. They're not going to mislead you. to make it seem like they want something different than they do. It's like they're very serious here. Um, they could want like romance, a more romantic connection. Now that they've noticed you in this way, they don't just want to be friends, or they wouldn't be comfortable just being friends because they care like more deeply, or they're just so attracted to you and drawn towards you. They want something like more serious and grounded, like a family structured type of connection. Yeah, they're not going to play games and make you think they just want to be friends. Or so let's get a yes or no to see, will they reach out? We have within the next few months, remain positive, success, and yes. So literally within the next few months, yes, and success, remain positive. Definitely three of the most positive cards for confirmation there. So we'll get some messages here to give an indication of what they could say to you, or what they want to say to you at this time at the least. I lie awake thinking about our future. Light. This is just a confirmation that they're coming from the right place and they do have genuine intentions. The Holy Spirit approves. I am absolutely in love with you. And definitely. So more confirmation that they will, in time, when the timing is right, reach out to communicate with you. Let's get some zodiac signs. That's something I did in pile one. Oof, okay, we got a bunch. The Two of Water, Venus in Cancer. That's like more confirmation of them wanting to reach out and be vulnerable or offer you something. They could be waiting until they know for sure that you reciprocate those feelings, and they could see something in you, that there's a potential to grow together if they were to take this like leap. So the first two we got were the Moon, Cancer, which we were already getting in the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Fire. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So two cards with Cancer, and then also fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. heavy fire sign energy, all signs. And the King of Water, water and fire, and the Three of Water, Mercury and Cancer. So just double confirming what we just pulled, even more Cancer energy, and water and fire energy is the dominant energy coming through here. A lot of Cancer. That was 3 cards in a row that said Cancer. Well, the moon. And then 2 cards that say Cancer, and then we also have the moon right here. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, there was also heavy Cancer energy coming in pile 1, but that was a really different energy coming through. And then also, yeah, to have all fire signs and then water and fire, just confirming Cancer again. There is a lot of passion. It's like a lot of empathy, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings, but a lot of those being quite passionate. I can't think of another word to use, so. Magic wand, manifest. You have the power to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Bring into focus what you want, then the universe reflects that same vibration. Now let the divine timing do the rest. Call on your inner Merlin to access what is available now from other dimensions and timelines. Gentle breeze, delicate. This situation requires a gentle touch of kindness and understanding. You may be dealing with a person or situation that is sensitive. This may include yourself. Handle with care and compassion. So, with all that Cancer energy, this does not surprise me. So, this is excellent advice to keep in mind, even or especially if you are the sensitive individual here. It's okay to be gentle with yourself. Protection needed. Shield. It is vital at this time to protect your energy field as others may be projecting negative energy onto you. You also may be in an environment for which you are absorbing negative vibes that are draining you. Call in Archangel Michael for protection and to clear your energy field, having a practice of grounding and putting a protective bubble around you every day will be helpful. Spirit guidance, co creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist you and to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see you as your spirit team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. So that is all I have for pile 2, taking a look into will they reach out. So if you would like to take a deeper look into this energy, I do offer personal readings. You can use the link in my description. But I hope that you have a really great day. Pile 3, taking a look into will they reach out? Ooh, so, oh my gosh, you've been waiting a long time for something to come back around again. This, I'm picking up, this is definitely in regards to love as well. Ooh, so at a certain point, you had a connection with someone that you cared about very deeply, and something happened here with the death to where you were forced to let go of the situation. At one time, it was this very strong, structured, stable connection or relationship in your life that you really counted on or relied on in some way. And something happened here where you had to isolate yourself, remove yourself, walk away, allow something to end in order for it to start over and grow into something else. And so you've been being really patient and trying to make healthy choices and decisions that reflect coming back together to reconnect with this person again and get come up through the surface and bring it back into reality, into scene, into your experience. um yeah, so you could have been trying to figure out how to reconnect with this person, but it's like they could have needed some time to grow up and mature as well too. Because we have the Knight of Wands here, so they could have also had their faults or their flaws and been really immature in a lot of ways. But there's a very spiritual connection here, or a very divinely led connection. This also could have been like a spouse too, like someone that you had a long-term commitment with, a higher level commitment, like someone that you were like married to or something. But at one time it felt very divinely led. But we have the King and Queen of Cups here together at the bottom of the deck. So there's like a higher level type of connection here, soulmate type of bond, potentially a twin flame too, right? With being separated and then feeling as though you are going to come back together again. You could feel as though you're both being led to make certain choices and decisions that will allow you to come back together and like bring things back together again. So it's like you've been being very patient and making a lot of choices in order to have them in your life again, and you've been hoping that they're doing the same, or that they would also like to have something restart or transform into something new and different in order to have this connection again. It's like you could have waited a long time to meet or to connect with someone um, in this way. So then once you met this person, you were like, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So now you've been being really patient in order to like lead yourself back to them, or call this person or this type of energy or this type of connection back into your life. Um, yeah, waiting for the other person to like grow up or to get to a place where they're able to also make the healthy choices and changes that they need to in order for things to come back together. It's like you finally realized you couldn't take the whole responsibility and all of the burdens of bringing this back together again, just like completely on yourself. It's like they had to also make an effort, make healthy choices for themselves, be able to remove certain things from their life. They had to get to a more grounded, solid place for themselves as well. It's like you couldn't be the sole one with the burden of healing this. It's like they have to meet you in the middle. So at a certain point, you could have completely pulled out in regards to any way that you were trying to change things or turn things around, and just like held back to see what this person was going to do in order to get things back to where they were, to be able to reconnect again, in order to get to the place where both of you would like to be in your life in terms of the relationship all around. You could have put the ball in their court at a certain point, or just like put it on them to start to make certain choices and decisions that reflected them wanting you as a part of their life in a more serious way. Yeah, we have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Wands. So for a long time, you could have been, again, the one specifically trying to heal things and get things into a better place. And at a certain point, you had to realize that if the effort wasn't being reciprocated, it's like there was nothing that you could do but kind of hold back and wait. And it's like if the other person really valued you and the connection and really wanted you in their life, that they would kind of wake up and realize that they had to change things or turn things around, act in such a way that reflects the care they have for you or how much they actually value you, rather than expecting you to always do all the work. We have the Page of Wands. So I'm seeing like more energy of being divinely guided and kind of growing, learning, navigating, like following your inner compass. Um, you could kind of feel like you don't exactly know what to do or where to go, how to get things to grow in the direction that you would like. And so you kind of fall back onto spirit in order to guide you or to help show you which choices to make to be the most conducive to yeah, allowing this connection to come back around, or to have a higher level, more spiritual type of connection or bond in your life. It's like you're on this journey of learning and growing and knowing how to navigate that. And you could feel like you're kind of early on or in the beginning of this journey. The other person here that you're thinking about could feel that way. We have the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, it's typically like coming out of a more stingy, greedy, selfish type of energy. Someone who's only considering themselves, how they're going to meet their needs, take care of themselves, how something affects them. It's like being able to come out of this and turn this around and consider others, be more open and sharing with others, be more giving, be more receptive to like downloads coming in from the divine, and to like know how to operate and navigate. So we'll get some zodiac signs real quick. So we have Uranus, the Fool, Virgo energy with the Hermit, which that is very fitting with the Hermit somewhere, I think. But if not, that makes still, it's just very fitting. And then we have the Page of Earth. So Earth signs coming through. And the Nine of Fire, Moon in Sagittarius. So we have Sagittarius, Virgo, Earth, all Earth signs, and Uranus. That planet Uranus could be relevant as well. So we're going to get actual yes or no confirmation on will they reach out. And then we'll give some messages along with some more oracle cards. We have no, bottom of the deck. We have romance. I definitely feel like this is in regards to a romantic connection. The situation will improve. So with the no, I'm already feeling like this could be a no because it's not going to happen in the timing that you think that it's going to. So we have you're ready. So also you could need to be the one to reach out to them first. You're ready to take the initiative within the next few weeks. And yes. So it could be like, depending on your perspective and how you're expecting it to go, it's like not going to happen the way that you think, but it is going to happen, or there is going to be some sort of opportunity brought about where you can communicate, but you may need to be the one to then initiate it once the opportunity is there. Yeah, this may be confirmation that you should reach out and communicate first. So yeah, take it however it resonates. Okay, that's too many, Spirit. Ocean tides, power. You are a force to be reckoned with. Don't underestimate how powerful and beautiful you are, just like the ocean. Face things head on and never stop making waves. So this could be even more confirmation of like you are going to have to be the one to face something, take the initiative, like kind of bite the bullet in some way and put yourself out there, or like stand up against something, and then that will create some sort of opportunity for you guys to connect or reconnect after that. So yeah, you could be having to like assert your power or stand up against some sort of powerful force, which will then open things up to where they do reach out after that, whereas like right now they're not going to. Yeah, you could be having some sort of opportunity to express your boundaries to other people around you. Some people could be trying to like influence you to have a negative outlook or perspective in the situation, so you may have to like really stand your ground. Grassroots, unity. It's time to build alliances for better support for yourself or others. You can assist, let your passionate ideas ignite movement to help others in the planet by creating a new earth that is supportive and loving. So it's time to build alliances for better support for yourself or others you can assist. Let your passionate ideas ignite a movement to help others on the planet by creating a new earth that's supportive and loving. Sorry, I read that kind of weird. So, nature seeker, simplicity. Your soul is longing for peace and connection to nature's elements. Don't overcomplicate your situation by reaching outside of yourself for answers. You will find clarity by spending time in nature to refocus your energy. So, yeah, more confirmation not to overcomplicate it. It could be well within your own power to set some sort of change or to start off some sort of communication by like waiting to see if this other person reaches out to you. You could be kind of like giving your power away in a sense, even though that's not your intention. So, yeah, I just thought about. Yeah, so like don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. That is the advice for this pile. So of course your answer yes and no. It's just kind of confusing, but still don't overthink it. Spirit guidance, co-creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist you to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. Love redefined, romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created opportunity for a new chapter with possibilities to cultivate healthy relationships. So that's all I have for pile 3. Taking a look into will they reach out? If you would like a more personal reading, then you can use the link that's in my description. If you watch this far, I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a really great day.